Bethany from the Downtown Library. We are down to our last 9 books in the 2021-2022 Mark Twain Readers List. So let's get started with our next 2 books. First up is our final nominee. It is The Bridge Home by Padma Venkatraman. Life is harsh on the teeming streets of Chini, India. So when runaway sisters Viji and Ruku arrive, their prospects look grim. Very quickly, 11-year-old Viji discovers how vulnerable they are in this uncaring, dangerous world. Fortunately, the girls find shelter and friendship on an abandoned bridge that is also the hideout of 2 homeless boys, and the 4 of them soon form a family of sorts. And while making their living, scavenging the city's trash heaps is the pits, the kids find plenty to take pride in, too. After all, they are now the bosses of themselves and no longer dependent on untrustworthy adults. But when illness strikes, Viji must decide whether to risk seeking the help of strangers or to keep holding on to their fragile, hard-fought freedom. Our Not Quite nominee is Someplace to Call Home by Sandra Dallas. In 1933, what's left of the Turner family, 12-year-old Hallie and her 2 brothers, find themselves driving the back roads of rural America. The children have been swept up in a new migratory way of life. America is facing 2 devastating crises: the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Hundreds of thousands of people in cities across the country have lost jobs. In rural America, it isn't any better as crops suffer the never-ending drought. Driven by severe economic hardship, thousands of people take to the road to seek whatever work they can find, often splintering fragile families in the process. As the Turner children move from town to town, searching for work and trying to cobble together the basic necessities of life, they are met with suspicion and hostility. They are viewed as outsiders in their own country. Will they ever find a place to call home? And there you have it, the next 2 books in the 2021-2022 Mark Twain Readers List. Make sure to stop by any of the St. Joseph Public Libraries where you can pick up a final nominee brochure and a Not Quite nominee brochure. They're going to have all the titles and descriptions of all of the books that we've talked about in them. Also, make sure to keep logging your books on our Beanstack app or at the website at the bottom of our screen. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.